Today's lesson is God shows clemency. And our lesson is found in Micah chapter 7, verses 14 to 20. Light on the Word. The area east of the Jordan River was divided into three parts: the plain, Gilead, and Bashan. Bashan is most known for a passage in Deuteronomy 3. In the text, Moses was facing war with King Og of Bashan, and God's instructions were, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have delivered him into your hands, along with his whole army and his land." And that is exactly what transpired. Gilead is the land that borders Bashan. It was also among the lands seized during the battle with King Og. But it is famous for other reasons. The Bible talks about the healing balm that was able to soothe and remedy sickness. And this is what the area was known for, found in Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 22. Gilead became synonymous for God's healing power. Both David and Jesus knew it as a place of retreat. Introduction: God's mercy for his people. Micah speaks a psalm of trust and salvation for Israel. He lets them know that the Lord will not let their enemies gloat over them. This is probably a prophecy of the fall of Jerusalem in 586 BC. Additionally, he informs them that one day their walls will be rebuilt, and foreigners from Assyria to Egypt will come to be part of Israel. At the same time, the rest of the nations will be uninhabited as punishment for what they did to God's people. This leads Micah to speak of God's mercy and faithfulness to his people.
God shows clemency. Micah 7:14 to 20, King James Version. This is brought to you by Pastor Everett E. Riley and Evangelist Sharon Riley. 14. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitarily in the wood. In the midst of Carmel, let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the days of old. The people of God are called the flock of his inheritance or possession. More specifically, he requests divine provision because they are God's children. Not only is their ground poor, but they are also cut off from other peoples and cannot get goods or help from them. 15. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, will I show unto him marvelous things. God gives an answer to the prophet's prayer. He will protect, save, defend, and work miracles for them and their restoration, such as he did for their fathers and their return from Egypt to the promised land. With the restoration of Israel, Micah anticipates manifestation of God's power and leadership like those at the Red Sea, Sinai, and other cities along the Exodus out of Egypt. 16. The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth. Their ears shall be deaf. When the Lord begins to work miracles for his people again, his activities will have a dramatic effect on the nations around them, just as it did for the Egyptians at the time of the Exodus. The nations who thought they were so strong will realize that their strength is nothing compared to God's power, and they will be ashamed of their strength instead of proud. 17. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, shall fear because of thee. Finally, the nations will come trembling out of their hiding places, and they will turn in fear to the Lord, and will be afraid of him. 18. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. God does not retain his anger forever. He may be angry with his people when they sin, But once they have repented or been punished, okay, he instead takes pleasure in showing mercy. Nothing can please him better than having the opportunity to show mercy to the sinner. 19. He will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities. Thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. God's face has been long turned from his people because of their sins. 20. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. The book of Micah, despite its threats of punishment and judgment in the early chapters, ends on a note of joy and confidence that the nation will eventually enjoy a restored relationship with the Lord.
May God bless you. My name is Evangelist Sharon Riley. I hope you enjoyed our Sunday school lesson online today. We want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bring somebody with you when you're coming to Sunday school. And may God bless you again. Heaven smile upon you is my prayer for you today.